Hello there, my name is Thomas Krallo, and as always, welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things trading, finances, and money in general. And if you're new to the channel, you know what I'm gonna say, and that is please subscribe, because this channel is worth subscribing to. A lot of things to learn here, and this YouTube channel is like no other YouTube channel for sure. So today, a very special topic, highly anticipated, and I was asked about this multiple times on social media, and that is how do I treat crypto investments and how do I invest into crypto and my actual crypto portfolio as of right now. And for this amazing discussion, for this great topic, I'm joined by my great friend Alessandro Pietrocola. And by the way, Alessandro, thank you very much for joining me on my YouTube channel again. It's always a great pleasure. And if you don't know who Alessandro is, all the links will be in the description. He is a fintech veteran, and if you don't know what fintech is, it's like financial technology. So if you want to open your own hedge fund, that's the guy you go to. So I think it's going to be quite interesting because I'm a veteran of active trading, and Alessandro is a veteran of fintech. So he is not new to crypto investments, and therefore I think it's quite interesting to hear the perspective and the opinion of the two worlds of active trader and the fintech expert. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So I think it's extremely worth noting that once again, Alessandro is more of a long-term investor, because he was always busy with his main line of work, which is fintech, and I have always been a active trader. I've traded mostly futures, some stocks, and occasional crypto, and I've traded many things, but that was my main focus. So I'm more of an active trader. However, as many of you might know, that there is a big difference between investing and trading. Trading is something that you're mostly doing technical analysis, and you're trying to sculpt those impulses and stuff like that, while long-term investments are more based on fundamentals, sometimes some technical things as well, if you want to have a precise entry into your long-term position. But mostly it's fundamental, so it's something that you believe in, that you put your money into. So these are the two core differences between our investment approaches with Alessandro. However, I think when it comes to crypto, our approach is going to be quite similar. Because from what I understand from you, Alessandro, that you've bought some tokens a while ago, which you're still holding no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. That's correct. That's my type of strategy, to buy at very good rate and try to hold as much and as long as I can. What I usually look is the project behind, the team behind, how this token can be evaluated in the long term, and I try to buy and enter when is the very beginning of the project. And comparison with stocks, where there are not so many companies who are listed every day, crypto offering this possibility to get a very hot token what just is listed on the main exchange, and what still its value is so low, so you can do in 100x probably in not so long period of time. So kind of look, of course there are lots of bullshit token, and now everybody can create an E20 and publish. So I mean, you need to of course always have a look about the project, the idea, the team, what the people involved in this new token did before, and so on and so on.
But so this is absolutely imperative, because right now the cryptocurrencies are on such a rise, and to be honest, I'm not going to even be ashamed of this word, but most of those tokens are shit tokens.
Yeah, I think now that we have around 2,000 tokens, but I will focus maybe probably on 100, and if
at the most.
And if I would say which one I will invest in, I think 10 maximum.
That's what I was going to say.
It depends how active you want to be. But I mean, to follow up, to understand, and I like to invest in something what I understand. Many people are usually asking me on Instagram, hello Alex, what do you will invest in that and that. So I think for me, the first things that you understand in what you are investing.
Right.
So if you don't understand, don't invest. That's my rules.
That actually applies to stock market as well. A lot of people, when they are building their investment portfolios, stock portfolios, they actually invest into the sector or the segment of the market that they are from. Maybe it's engineering, maybe it's medical, maybe it's IT, tech, maybe they are entrepreneurs themselves, so they understand how those businesses work, so they can evaluate them intrinsically from inside. And So I agree with you absolutely, and that's why, when I've invested into crypto, and that's actually my crypto portfolio, it was the latest one. It was put together once, and I didn't even adjust it since then. And I bought the whole thing. It took me about a few days to buy everything, but I bought it in, I think, December 2019, so the end of 2019. So it's been more than a year since I had this portfolio. But for me, again, it was something that I saw. The reason why I bought the crypto, I saw that all of these major altcoins and everything that was the biggest besides Ethereum and Bitcoin, that they were just on the bottom. Well, Bitcoin was also, it was like around $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 or something like that. So maybe $5,000, $6,000.
Yeah, that was a point, yeah, definitely.
So it was really low. And that's as Warren Buffett says, and all those trading gurus say, buy low, sell high. And usually it's funny, but in this case, that's exactly what I did, because I saw the crypto market, it was just on the bottom. It was, there was that spike to all-time high, the previous all-time high at this time. It went down and it just started, it was still moving down, or it was just consolidating. So the chances of it just going down lower, as always, anything is possible. But for me, it was the time to buy. So that's when I bought it, and there were many ups and downs, and I did not use any stops or anything like that. For me, it was just an investment, like Warren Buffett with Coca-Cola. He has that trade for like, what, 20 years?
20 years, I think, even more, yeah.
And he says, there is no reason to exit it, and he had his ups and downs with it as well. So I believe that when you're investing long-term in this way, and you're using only the money that you're ready to lose, that's with crypto.
No leverage.
No leverage with crypto. Otherwise,
with crypto, it's even worse than Forex. Absolutely no leverage.
Yeah.
Because 99% of the people who have experience with leverage are going to lose all the money. It's even worse
very quickly.
Than
Yeah,
Forex.
it's very difficult. See,
very difficult.
With me, if I would have used leverage on my crypto portfolio, there would have been a margin call. I would have lost everything, my whole crypto portfolio, because in the beginning, if you look, when I invested, there was a time when I had like 3x, and then it was like minus 70% down, and then again 3x, and then again into minus. So if I had like,
absolutely,
if I even used a funny leverage of like 3x, I think I would have been stopped out with zero balance, 100%. So crypto, there is so much volatility anyway.
Absolutely.
Why would you need leverage? Unless you want to turn $1,000 into $2 million in 2 weeks, but then you will always end up not making
better going to casino. At least you have fun.
At least you'll have some fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But when did you put your portfolio together, or you're picking, or you're doing it?
Picking, yeah. Obviously, I had the same idea of you, so I kind of waiting. I was waiting for the right moment to enter, and that was when the whole crypto world was quite at the bottom, and I picked few interesting projects. For example, Stellar. I've told you also.
Stellar Lumen.
Stellar Lumen. Yeah, it's very interesting. I really like the project because it's kind of. It's going to go to compete with the SWIFT system, so it's not just a token.
Yeah, I agree.
They are creating their own system, their own blockchain, and there is huge development behind. But again, there was a moment where I did 2x after I went down like 50%, and after I'm going down, now I think I am like 4x at the moment because there is this season. But again, I never use leverage, and this absolutely fundamental. So I keep and I hold. If the token value go down, I just hold.
Yeah.
So holding, it's increase terrible the possibility that you are not going to lose your money, but you're going to make a profit.
Right.
Maybe you should wait a year, maybe 2, but anyway.
So on this note, I think it's worth mentioning that crypto investments are not for people who want to live off of it like right now. Unless you want to do active trading of crypto, which is very difficult in my opinion. When people are doing some CFDs on some...
Oh my God.
It's quite, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like binary options pretty much, because of the sudden and explosive... Because if you take a look at indices and, for example, DAX futures, it's also a very difficult way of trading, but at least it's ever so slightly fluent and fluid in some way, so you can actually understand the price action. But with crypto, well, we have to pause this. Fuck. Woo. And on this note, back to the video.
You can come back to our YouTube video.
Yeah, I can come back to the YouTube video now. And yeah, these bloody COVID tests. I had like 100,000 of them, but I still cannot get used to them. And I need to go to Abu Dhabi tomorrow. I was invited for a family event. So I need to take a COVID test so I can go to Abu Dhabi. And all right, well, anyway, let's get back to the topic. And as I said, trading crypto on the, day trading crypto can be quite difficult. And the main reason why that is because of the volatility with, for example, as I said, with DAX or Dow Jones, NASDAQ, etc. Those markets, they're mostly moving in the similar way day to day, and the volatility, the ATR is changing, sure, but it's not as with crypto. Crypto oftentimes just dies and then there is an explosion. So the volatility for active trading, it's a good thing because you have that opportunity to take bigger moves. But at the same time, when it's explosive and sudden, this is what makes it ever so slightly more difficult. So even me, as an active trader who made some money in active trading of futures and stocks as well, and some leveraged stock trading as well. But with crypto, only long-term portfolio building just to avoid all of that rubbish. And again, it was always for me all or nothing. So I knew the amount of money that I was ready to lose. So it was like $10,000, $20,000. For everybody, it's different. For some people, it might be $1 million. I don't know. And I just bought 15 different coins, which I'll disclose happily in this video a bit later. And hopefully, Alessandro will as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's the same things what I do. So I just pick up some amount of money that in crypto doesn't need to be very huge, but everybody can decide for himself which one is the amount that he's going to lose that will not affect his life. But again, if you pick the right token, you can expect in relatively short time 5x or even more, 10x. I mean, there are many tokens that they went even 100x, like look, the Doge.
But Dogecoin is more of a shit coin, though. Yeah. A lot of people are going crazy about it.
Crazy, yeah, absolutely. So I mean, in the crypto world, it's a bit different than as you told before. Comparison with stocks, where there is a logic behind it, there is some market behind. Yeah. Crypto is much more impulsive. So I would just focus on looking at the right token, would have a great project, a great intrinsic value, and a good potential for market.
So there is logic behind it. So just like with any stock company, any stock of any company, when you look at it, you see that there are projections, there are plans, there are partnerships, there are contracts on the table to be signed, and the market
Tesla,
is there.
For example, there is a lot of things behind
we should do a separate video on Tesla. But sure, yeah, okay, we can use this as an example, but I have my own opinion on Tesla, and that's not the best opinion. But okay, right, so there is something going on, like Dogecoin. It was created by somebody as a joke, and now it's getting so much traction. It's just crazy. It's just a pump and dump another one, just like GameStop situation in a similar fashion, I should say. So this is something that I would always stay away from, unless you're just gambling for fun. Yeah. But that's not something we're talking about in either of our channels. But okay, so how many tokens do you currently hold? Let's get to the topic that most people are, they don't like to talk about it. So.
Well, I have absolutely no any problem to talk about. My portfolio is around 10 different tokens at the moment.
And which are they?
I'm a really long-term investor in True. Trust token. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I have some Bitcoin Cash. I have Link, what is a very interesting project. Chainlink, of course. OMZ, OMG, Stellar, Bitcoin Cash as well. Cardano is very
Cardano. That one was like 40x right now since last year.
Cardano is fantastic. It's as well a fantastic token.
And what's your X right now on your crypto portfolio?
It depends.
In overall, approximately on all the across the board.
Well, I think 5x. 5x at the minimum, yeah.
Very good. Because, me, I have 15 tokens, and actually, let me just pull that up for anybody who is interested. I'm gonna just give the list right away. I go into Binance. So Binance Coin.
Binance Coin, by the way, I forgot about that.
You have the Binance Coin as well, right? And this is something that I have like 30x on it, 40x, it's crazy.
There was when it was like trading at like $20, $25.
I bought it for 12, I think.
Oh, incredible!
And now it's like 500,
It's crazy.
right? It's absolutely
So
insane.
even if you put $1,000, you have some explosion.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
so
what I was telling before. You don't need a huge
amount of money,
amount of money. You need just to be patient
But-
and pick the right.
But you always must also remember about diversification.
Of course,
You must have
diversification
at
is
least 10 coins, I would say.
10 coins.
10, 15 is the minimum, right?
yeah.
So the next one I have VET, which is WeChain, but it's one of the smaller ones. But believe it or not, I also have 40x on it. So it's absolutely WeChain. It's VE chain.
Yeah. No.
Then Cardano.
I read about, but I didn't invest. But very interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one.
It's a pity.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. So then I have the Cardano, also 4DX. Then I have DGB, which is Digibyte, also an interesting project. I have like 38x on it. Then I have BitTorrent. That one is
BitTorrent also nice.
that is 32x. Then I have Chainlink, which I have like 25x on it. Then I have Verge, XVG, which I have 20x on. Then I have XEM, which is NEM, whatever you call it, also a relatively interesting project, 15x. Stellar Lumens, 12x.
That was very interesting.
Neo, 12x. Tron, which is TRX. I have 9x. I have still Ripple. I still hold Ripple.
Oh, you still hold Ripple?
I still hold it.
I had it. I did, I think, like 2x or 3x.
Yeah.
And when there was some kind of, I just went out. There was a kind of booming. I think when there was this game shop.
Yeah. They
tried to pump, somehow.
Yeah.
So there was kind of going up. I had like 3x or 4x, and I exit.
Yeah. Well, I still hold it, and I still held it when there was that problem that they were, investigated for.
Yeah.
And it went down, and then it went, but I missed it. I wasn't paying attention, so I was like, okay, well, whatever.
Okay, yeah. All that, yeah.
But then it goes up and up, so I think it still is gonna move up.
When you not have leverage, you don't care. You just hold until you are in profit. Can be 1 month, 1 year, 2 years.
Right, absolutely.
Who knows? But don't sell.
Right. So then I have Komodo. Komodo, it's KMD. That one is 6x. Then I have Tezos, which is XTZ, and that is 5x. And then the last one that I have, which is the worst X, and that is Atom, which is Cosmos. Also quite an interesting project, but that one is only like 4.5x. So the worst one is 4.5x, and the best one is about 50x. So I think Binance is at this time is like 50x.
Binance is fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. So overall, on average, I think I have about 15x of my portfolio. The biggest question is always when to sell, right? But this is something we're not going to discuss in this video.
That is a very good question. We need another half an hour video.
We will have another half an hour, and I think this is something we'll discuss in one other video, which will be probably named "When Will the Altcoin Season End?" Because right now we're in the altcoin season, and there is certain opinion that I have on it. I'm sure you do as well. But subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for our opinion on the end of the altcoin, because this is always the most difficult part, when to exit. Yeah. And so this is something we'll discuss in some other video. But in general, I think we can sum up that when our minds meet with active trading and long-term investments and fintech, background, then in crypto, our opinions merge quite nicely. So you have about 10 diversification of 10 cryptos, 10 cryptos that have logic behind them.
Of course.
I have 15 of them, which also all have some logic behind them, that have some promise of solving one thing or another, which actually has intrinsic value. And we are holding them infinitely. And right now, I think after the end of altcoin season or somewhere in the middle of it, we'll be selling. I will. So this is something that we'll discuss in some other video.
I'm thinking as well, probably, but we can discuss in the
we'll discuss it separately in a separate video. So, but that's pretty much our take, I think, on that's. If something comes out in the market, you can always just read about the coin and use your analytical logic. Does it make sense? Is it gonna create disruption in the world of crypto? Is it gonna solve anything?
Yes, exactly. So, what will sort and what will add value? That's what I like it the most in Stellar, for example, because it's going to compete with Swift or with the decentralized with Chainlink, because it's like a way of have this decentralizing system, so a way, a sort of platform behind in terms of
Right.
moving
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah.
So there is always some project behind that. That's what I really like. Absolutely.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And
Okay.
all the other token as well. I mean, what you mentioned.
Right. Well, Alessandro, I think this was a very informative video, and I hope that this is going to be quite useful for our subscribers, both on my channel as well as on yours. Once again, if you're not subscribed, motivate us. Click the link. Click the like button, and if we get at least 1,000 likes on this video, we will discuss the topic of when to sell your crypto, because this is going to be the deal breaker, because when you can sell it in the right time, it goes down and you rebuy it, and then the next year or after 2 years you sell it again, and this is how you can make a lot of money on crypto and just join this rally. And
Absolutely.
so that's something that 1,000 likes we get from you guys. We'll discuss this topic, and I think it's going to be a very interesting one. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And Alessandro, my pleasure as always.
My pleasure.